What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Jaleesa the Realist, and I am coming to you live from Ghana. I don't know, I just feel like I have the urge to share what I've been reminded about Ghana in the first 24 hours back. So, there are many interesting things and people and like normalities that you'll encounter when you come to Ghana. Um, so right out the bat, I'll say like coming out of the airport, the first thing that I realized was like, okay, Ghana is really trying. They're trying. They're trying to, do their best with, I guess, the government that is in place or the history or the politics or whatever. Ghana is, a developing country that, of course, because of colonization or whatever, has some catching up to do in regards to like technology and some of the, processes and procedures that are supposed to be in place. And so, like, coming into the airport, automatically, you're like, okay, where are the signs that tell me which way I'm supposed to go? So we had actually come out of the airplane, and we noticed that everybody from our plane had turned right. So naturally, we turned right with everyone. Mind you, there was two airport representatives standing right outside of our gates, and they also weren't directing us. I guess they were waiting for, like a senior or something, that, or it's just somebody that they were looking for or trying to support or whatever. So you would think like, they could also be like, oh, hey guys, baggage is this way. No, instead of saying, hey, baggage is this way, they watched everybody come off the plane, turn right, and then realize that you're turning the wrong way, and then have to turn around. But to me, it's like, you're already standing here, you know which way baggage is. Would you not say, hello, baggage is over here? Later, when we eventually turned around, it was because, like, halfway down the wrong way of the hallway, we saw a sign that said baggage was in the opposite direction. And so that was certainly interesting. And I was like, Anna, what is this? Then we got down to like where the customs were, and you can see that, again, like in regards to technology, some upgrades are needed. However, like, I was gonna go into like, the government and decisions and all that kind of stuff, but I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not gonna talk about politics at all because we definitely are not here for that type of conversation. So that's definitely one thing. If you watched my last vlog, you also saw that I had mentioned like the procedure. So like they say when you come to a lot of African countries, like they require that you have a vaccination, a yellow fever vaccination card. And so the first time I was coming to Ghana, I tried to avoid getting the yellow fever vaccine, by saying that I had a medical or religious exemption. I tried to get my doctor to help me out and like, yada yada. I've definitely heard of and know of people that have gone that route and it has worked for them. However, when I was coming, we came as a group of three. So, like, the visa office was not trying to give us a blight or anything like that. They were like, no, you need it in order to get your visa, blase, blase. So, we ended up just getting it, whatever. When we arrived at the airport, the first time we came, they didn't even ask us for the yellow fever card. Okay, and then again, in my last vlog, I had mentioned when I showed up at the desk, the lady said, oh, madam, please, can I have your yellow fever card? So I started taking off my bag. The girl said, oh, it's in your backpack. Oh, it's okay. And I was like, okay, that's interesting. Which for me or anyone else that maybe, doesn't have a yellow fever card, like, it works in their favor. However, for those of us that actually went to go get the yellow fever vaccine against our will, pretty much, like, There's that. Okay, the next thing that I'm reminded of coming back into Ghana is that, being here, whether you're visiting, whether you're coming to live, you are required to have patience. Okay, patience is necessary here in Ghana. Like, okay, me being a person that's coming from North America, I expect certain things like customer service, like critical thinking, like, just, there's just a certain standard that I'm used to. And here, customer service is not a thing. Don't expect to go into any sort of store, restaurant, any place and get served in a timely manner. Don't expect to go somewhere and like what you're looking for is actually there. A matter of fact, if you're going shopping to a supermarket and you see something that you like and there's more than one, pick as many off the shelf as you can afford, because chances are when you go back, it might not be there, especially if it's something that's not common. That's not commonly used to local Ghanaians. Yeah, don't expect people to be rushing for you. Don't expect to be attended to right away and things like that. And like, I just want to, say like, I'm not in any way trying to bash the country or the people. I'm just, sharing from my experience as a North American, you coming here, what you should expect. Okay, so that, it doesn't completely like anger you and throw you off. Just expect these things. To the point of critical thinking, I was having a conversation with Bay today, and he's born here in Ghana. And like through our conversation, I realized that, or we realized that, critical thinking isn't really taught in school the way that it's taught to students in North America. Like, we are taught about problem solving, we're taught how to think on our feet and things like that. And I would say in Ghana, like due to the education system, they're simply not taught these things. And so like we can't exactly be mad at the people. Not to say we should be mad at the government, because that's a waste of time, but we can't get mad at them for the lack of critical thinking or the lack of customer service. I think what we need to do as people of the African diaspora is to ensure that everything that we have learned outside of Africa, we come back and share this information. We come back and teach our brothers and sisters here on the continent how to do these things. I think that is vital and so important for us to do, because it's really, really needed. Like, so for example, like one of my bags didn't make it to Ghana, right? And so I had called, the lost baggage or whatever, and they're like, the girl was basically like, oh, madam, like there isn't an update on the website. And I was like, well, I can see that there's an update on the website because I also have access to the website. The reason why I'm calling you is because I'm sure as an employee, you have more access to this information than I do. And she wasn't able to give me any answer. She said, oh, try back tomorrow. But what I did was I called the Canadian side of the airline, told them what the issue was. She was able to be like, oh yeah, I'm not seeing any update here, but do you have the bag number? Or she asked me questions to be able to provide me the answers that I required, to meet my needs. And so, that's just an example to show like critical thinking is not taught here. So please come back and help us help them. Another thing, and I'll keep this as the last thing for now, is that, I really wish that Ghana, I guess, I guess it's the government or, just people in leadership in general. I really wish that they tapped on their own people as experts, in the fields of need. So, what I mean by that is like, for example, if there is some sort of, engineering issue, right? I don't think that, or maybe Ghana has a perception that they need to go out to outside sources to be able to solve their problems. However, I'm sure that there are engineering schools here in Ghana and engineering professionals here in Ghana that can also get the job done and in a more timely manner. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have to go outside to make these requests and then be paying people from outside to be doing jobs that our own people can do successfully, as long as they have the resources to do it. And I think it's an opportunity for the country to grow and become stronger and better, as a place, but also it gives the opportunity for the locals to be able to grow and gain experience and also be successful in their own home and not always have to seek to go outside of the country in order to be successful. Yeah, just some thoughts that have come to me in my first 24 hours here in Ghana. I definitely will be back to share more as they come, but that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a comment below. Let me know if you have been to Ghana, if this is something that you have noticed. If you haven't been to Ghana yet, like, are there any skills that, based on what you've heard of the country, that you feel are essential to be brought from your country to this one? Let's brainstorm. All right. I'll see you in the next video. Y'all have a good one. Peace.